And hello. Hi, folks. Welcome to another Wednesday. And this time I'm going to assume that everything is all right and just get on with it. Got on board a westbound 747. Didn't think before deciding, hey Alvin, hi, what to do. All now the talk of opportunities, TV breaks and movies fell through, sure fell through. Yes, it's a happy Wednesday down here in Malaysia, and I hope it's happy too wherever you are. Hello, Pinda. Yeah, how are you doing? It's gonna be a happy, happy Wednesday. By the way, folks, I hope the video and the audio is coming out clear. If there are any technical issues, do let me know, yeah? It's gonna be a happy Wednesday, and we'll also occasionally chakade fate. Soon we'll have everybody's using their expression of it. Out of work, I'm out of my head, down on my luck, and I'm down on my bread. I'm underloved, I'm underfed, I wanna go home. It never rains in California, girl, don't they warn ya? Thanks for that. It pours. Alvin, I assume you're also receiving the audio and video clear. It never rains in California, girl, don't they warn ya? It pours, man, it pours. Will you tell the folks back home I nearly made it? Had many offers, didn't know which ones to take. Oh, please don't tell them how you found me. Don't tell them how you saw me. Hi, Debbie, it's good to see you. Brave and cuteness too. It never rains in California, girl, don't they warn ya? It pours, man, it pours. Yeah, yeah. Hello to everybody. Hang on a little bit, yeah. Just tweaking a little bit on the lights, you know. It doesn't seem complete if I don't fiddle around with something, you know, here and there, right? But I come in about half an hour early before the show, trying to get everything, you know, set the way it's supposed to be. And still something does go wrong once in a while, but nevertheless. Hey, Wai Hong, hi. Happy New Year. And Bob, Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Well, I don't remember Mama. She died when I was born. I lived with my daddy in a one-room shanty, but Daddy tried to make it a home. When I was only 6 years old, I started singing in the streets, and people would throw me pennies so I could help Daddy make ends meet. And he'd say, keep on singing, don't stop singing, spread your music from town to town. There ain't enough love in this old world, so spread yourself around. To spread yourself around, what happened? I went and got fed. He said, keep on singing, keep the bells ringing, spread your music from town to town. There ain't enough love in this whole world, so spread yourself around. Yeah. Anyway, I believe in music. I believe in love. I believe in music. I believe in love. Music is a universal language, and love is the key. Brotherhood, peace, and understanding, and living in harmony. So clap your hands, stomp your feet, shake that tambourine, raise your hands up to the sky, and sing along with me. You can actually sing along at home too, in harmony, so to speak, yeah. Especially if you've got more than one person, yeah, in the house. Somebody does the second voice and somebody does the third voice. Well, I do the basic, first voice, yeah. All good fun, because the neighbors will think something is wrong with these fellows. But oh well. I believe in music. I believe in love. I believe in music. I believe in love. So, good to see you guys. Yeah, good to see you guys. And let's see where today goes. As usual, first segment of whatever we are doing, I'm fully open to song requests. So you guys can request away, and if I can do the songs, I'll do. If you're smart, you already know my repertoire. So you'll request a song that I can do. So there's no way I can avoid doing it. Otherwise, can try luck. Bhupinda, I remember last week on Wednesday when you came in a little bit late, and you asked for Proud Mary, yeah. But I had already done that song in about 10 minutes before you came in, and you're in early today, so I'm guessing perhaps we can do that song, and let not there be any unsatisfied cravings, yeah. Yeah, I left a good job in the city, working every night and day, and I never lost a minute of sleep. Worried by the way that then might have been. Big wheels keep on turning, Proud Mary keep on burning down, and we're rolling, rolling, rolling down the river. down in New Orleans, but I never sold the good side of the city until I hit the ride down the riverboat queen. Big wheels keep on turning, proud man, we keep on burning down and we're rolling. Rolling down the river, rolling down the river. Yeah. Yeah, I left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day, and I never lost a minute of sleeping, worrying about the way that things might have been. Big wheels keep on turning, proud Mary keep on burning out, and we're rolling, rolling, rolling down the river. If you come down to the river, bet you're gonna find some people living. You don't have to worry if you got no money. People on the river are happy to give. Big wheels keep on turning, proud when we keep on burning down and we're rolling, rolling, rolling down the river. great big feet, long lean and angry, had nothing to eat, but she's my baby, and I love her just the same. Crazy about the woman now, Caledonia name. Caledonia, Caledonia, what makes your big head so hot? I love you just the same. Crazy about the woman now, Caledonia is her name. Just the same. Crazy about a woman now, Caledonia is the name. Hi Abel, hello and welcome in. Bob Dylan, yeah, sure, why not? My personal favorite Bob Dylan song, and my personal favorite Bob Dylan song is one of the songs that he did for the movie Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. Everybody knows the song, but many people don't realize it's a Bob Dylan song. So here we go, yeah. Mama, take these guns from me. I can shoot them anymore. Scared and dark, too dark to see. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knocking on heaven's door. Ooh, ooh. Mama, take this badge from me. I can't use it anymore. The long black cloud is coming down. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knocking on heaven's door. I have often told you stories about the way I've lived the life of a drifter, waiting for the day when I take your hand and sing you songs. And maybe you'll say, come lay me and love me, and I will surely stay. And I feel I'm growing older, and the songs that I have sung echo in the distance like the sounds of a windmill going round. Guess I'll always be a soldier of fortune. been a traveler looking for something new. The days are long, the nights are cold, and I'm wandering without you. Those days I turn my eyes and I see you standing near. Though blindness is confusing, it shows that you're not here. And I feel I'm going older, and the songs that I have sung echo in the distance like the sounds of a windmill going round. Guess I'll always be a soldier of fortune. I can keep the sounds of a windmill going round. Guess I'll always be a soldier of fortune. Guess I'll always be a soldier of fortune. Hey, Mike, thanks. Thank you very much for the kind comments there. And Prem, it's all good, man. I'm hoping that I'm keeping you guys a bit entertained, and then you guys are keeping me a little bit sane, despite that already nutcase situation that we are all in. Who would have imagined that this would have gone on for so long, for so long. I can still remember last year somewhere in February, I was in the sort of like in the prime of my gigs kind of a thing, and I was traveling down to KL and got some really good offers from Healy Max to perform for 2 or 3 nights consecutively at different outlets, at different outlets, and they were offering me really very attractive wages. And I thought, hey man, this is good. Every weekend I can go down to KL, have a bit of a holiday, earn a little bit and come back. And then this COVID thing, was beginning to spread, and there were a few cases detected in Malaysia. And then I contacted the manager of Healy Max, where I was supposed to perform. And I said, look, there is this crazy COVID thing that is coming around, and it's going to cause problems worldwide, and it's going to be causing problems in Malaysia as well. And I said, look, I live in Kedah, and then you guys are in KL, and if this thing begins to hit, then a lot of traveling interstate will be problematical, and they might actually even not allow, bars and pubs to operate and stuff like that. So I said, in view of that fact, perhaps we might as well as cancel my next week's gig in KL just to be on the safe side, and you guys just employ, KL bands. So it's easy for you to cancel the gig if it needed be, but for me to book myself to go down to KL, and then I got to book a hotel and stuff like that. If I were to travel and then they have this problem, it's going to be bad. But at that time, this thing had not hit the public's attention, so to speak. So the manager said, hey, but why are you worried? This thing is all right. But I said, hey, I know, because bloody hell, we work in the health section, and we know how these things work, and the moment they start getting 1 or 2 cases, they will have to sort of like clamp down, and that's what happened. That's what happened, within 1 or 2 weeks, they started clamping down. Things were, they were trying to contain the thing. And now 1 year later, they still, they still haven't put that bottle or the cap on that genie bottle yet, yeah. And then so many things have changed. And I was sitting in the house like, not one single gig inside. I was already, what am I going to do? Because music is life for me, yeah. The day job is just one thing, but that's not life. That's just a job. And at the age of 60, I'm already thinking of retiring from that thing and doing this thing. Hey, I want to do this. It's gone. Then some smart guy told me, hey, Raggy, you better start learning how to do live streaming. Remember, Prem, when we first started that nonsense using one of my old cameras that every 25 minutes or so or 30 minutes, I had to press one button to let it click one time so that it wouldn't turn completely black. And if I forgot that, then I had to go around and fiddle with all kinds of knobs. So we were having all these weird things in March of last year. And where are we now? We are like 1 year into this mess. We are like 1 year into this mess. And here you guys are, and here I am. I've had to learn how to use this OBS software to stream, so that I could put out a fairly decent quality video as compared to just, using just using the handphone and singing to that thing, and then I had to reconfigure the entire studio to try to get lights and then to get the audio working. We were experimenting for about 3 months, I believe. I use the term we because you guys would have to would comment, oh, the guitar is too loud, or the voice is too loud, or the camera is angled not right, we can't see the lion's nose, all sorts of things, right? And somehow I think we kept each other going, so to speak, lah. And now I'm actually able to stream almost every day. Some of you guys have been kind enough to send tips and donations, for which I'm really very, very grateful, because it's helping me to keep this thing going, but nevertheless, we are all stuck in the homes, We're stuck in the homes. And even the songs that I'm doing nowadays, I've decided that, less of the morose, sad songs, because people are already morose and sad enough. We want to do, more songs that are a little bit more upbeat, and then I need to practice the guitar a lot more, because if you guys are going to listen regularly, then I can't be regularly making all sorts of mistakes when I'm playing. Yeah, so it has been a lot of learning for me, but I'm glad that we have stuck through this, so to speak. Yeah, if you guys are actually enjoying these sessions, I'm happy, because I am also enjoying, doing this. I think that I've learned a fair bit more. My repertoire has expanded a bit, but I think the content has improved. I've learned how to put that organ tone in. I've learned how to use that looper. I now understand more about technical aspects of things. So, when this whole COVID thing is okay, and when I'm able to perform live in pubs again, I'd love to do, some shows and invite you guys in, and just do you guys like, this YouTube craziness thing, but in a live pub setting. We can sit together and crack jokes and stuff like that. A few handshakes and a few warm hugs, things that we haven't felt, like no human contact, so to speak, for 1 year. So let's see, yeah. In the meanwhile, some songs. mother put it in a curry. And every time I eat lamb curry, I think about my mother. Hey, hey, hey. Where did the song go? No. Followed her to school, broke the teacher's rules. What a time they hit the day in school. Scared on my very own. What a time they hit that day in school. Hey, Abel, oh my God, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. That's actually Joy to the World, yeah, that song. Yeah, Joy. I can't remember the lyrics. Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine. Beyond those first two lyric lines, I can't remember the rest of it. Yeah, but still joy to the world, joy to the world, joy to the fishes and the deep blue sea, joy to you and me. I learned this one up, Abel. I learned this one up, and if you could be kind enough to text me to remind me, over the weekend, or at least one day before next Wednesday's thing, I'll do this song. Yeah, I can't remember the lyrics, and I won't refer to lyric sheets and stuff like that when I do my songs. Yeah, cool, Abel. But in lieu of that, or as a sort of like a substitute kind of a thing, there's a substitute kind of a thing. Here we go. I don't want the lonely mansion where the children every room's free. All I want's the love you promised beneath the halo moon. But you think I should be happy with your money and your name, and hide myself in sorrow while you play your cheating game. Silver threads and golden needles cannot mend this heart of mine, and I dare not drown my sorrows in the warm glow of your wine. But you think I should be happy with your money and your name, and hide myself in sorrow while you play your from this valley. You say you are going. I shall miss your bright eyes and sweet smile, for they say you were taken. The sunshine that has brightened my heart for a while. So come and sit by my side if you love me. Hey, Richard from Woodside, and hello, hi. Do not hasten to bend me adieu, and remember the red river valley and the heart that has loved you so true. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt that you were by my side. Come disillusion when I awoke, dear, you were gone, and then I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away. Hey. And that's just John Denver's song that, once in a while folks keep asking me to play this one, and then I always somehow never manage to get it done. And I think it was either in this YouTube session or on Facebook that somebody asked me to do it. Can't remember who, but while we're here, yeah, we might as well. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is older, older than the sea, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, I hear her voice in the morning now she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Riding down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country roads, take me home. Hey, Carolyn, selamat datang to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home. Country roads, take me home. Country roads. Hey, good to see you, Kyrodin, bro. Guys, Kyrodin and me go back a fair bit. Yeah, we go back a fair bit. He's a really naughty fellow. He got me into so much of trouble, you know, when I wasn't getting him into trouble when we worked together in those days in BM. He was getting me into trouble. Yeah. The best dressed guy I ever knew. Yeah. What's that? Orange shirt with green pants and a purple tie. You know, all the, yeah, you know, he and he's not colorblind. That's the thing. Even if he were colorblind, I suppose that would excuse a lot of things, you know. But hey, lot of fun. Live a colorful life, so to speak. You know? So anyway, Kyrodin, it's kind of like an open session on this YouTube thing today. You know, open session in the sense that anybody can make a request for what kind of songs they want. If I can, I do them. And last week we talked about whether I could do a rock day, so one day dedicated to rock. And I've been thinking over that and probably start that in, if not next week, then the week after. Basically, I just need to make sure that I get a date set for it. But if I decide to do a rocking day, which may be a Thursday, for example, like this, you know, then what will happen is these Tuesday sessions will become more mellow. Because, you know, it's pointless doing rock every day or whatever. Then Tuesdays might be more like oldies Tuesdays. You know, a lot of fun songs, a lot of up-tempo songs as well. Because in those days they had, you know, rock and rolls and stuff like that. But what I mean is, then the Tuesdays might go more towards country music and oldies and stuff like that, because I enjoy doing that kind of thing as well. You know, and then you know, folks can come in for whichever day suits them. Yeah, like Abel, I suppose you and, you know, Bhupinder, who thinks alike, you know, might enjoy, you know, a Wednesday on the YouTube thing where it is all maybe oldies and more songs with the harmony and stuff like that. I mean, one man harmony, but you get the idea, yeah? More towards the oldies. And then we'll put the rocking sessions on another day. And, you know, guys who enjoy listening to all kinds of things, yeah, you're welcome. Come in for every one of the sessions, you know what I mean? this decision would just be whether to do the rocking thing in the YouTube format or whether to do it in Facebook format. So basically, that will leave me with about one off day a week, but that's not really an off day. I also stream on sessions live, but what I'll do is I'll reduce my session live things to 2 or 3 nights a week. So I won't do it like I used to go crazy doing these long streams here and then following up with another 3 hours on sessions. That I think too strenuous because the next morning wake up early and go into work, so to speak. It's quite horrible. It's quite horrible. So all good. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Thanks, Karen. And by the way, Karen, if you look at the guys who are listening in on this feed today, you might see some familiar names, yeah. But let's all be very quiet about these things. So, what did I want to do? I'm just a poor boy, and my story is seldom told. I have squandered my resistance for a pocket full of mumbles, such are promises, all lies and jest. Still a man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. When I left my home and my family, I was no more than a boy in the company of strangers, in the quiet of the railway station, running sky, playing low, seeking out the poorer quarters where the ragged people go, looking for the places only they would know. Seeking only workman's wages, I can look in for a job, but I get no offers. Just to come on from them halls at 7th Avenue. I do declare there were times when I was so lonesome, I took some comfort there. Ooh la 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 la. Well, the years have slowly passed me by, rocking evenly. I'm older than I once was, and yet younger than I'll be. That's not unusual, but isn't it strange? After changes upon changes, we are more or less the same. After changes, we are more or less the same. And I'm laying down my winter clothes, wishing I was going home. And the New York City winters are leading me, going home. And the clearance stands a boxer and a fighter by his trade, and he carries the reminders of every glove that cut him and laid him down, till he cries out in his anger and shame, I am leaving, but the fight still remains, yes, it still remains. Yeah. Hey, Kyron, yeah, you're reminding me of these days. And by the way, yes, if you use good headphones, or if you play it through a TV or a hi-fi set, chances are you will hear some fairly decent audio. Because I'm trying to use this, same studio setup and equipment that I use when I'm recording my albums. Some slight changes just to suit the live environment, so to speak. If I use too sensitive a microphone or too sensitive equipment, then it won't work. But the general structure is, it's around that, and so the sound that I output is should be fairly decent quality. Except I can't put it out in stereo. I can't put it out in real stereo because of the nature of this OBS software, the streaming software, and a lot of sites, they don't receive stereo signals well. Sometimes what happens is you end up hearing just one channel only, or if I try to blend a little bit more of the guitar on the right than to the left, then you might begin to hear some sounds on one guitar on one side and vocals on the other ear. Quite irritating. So I decided to make everything merge into a mono, but should be quite a decent quality mono signal. And then again, in YouTube, they allow a higher audio bit rate to be sent out and for you guys to listen to. So if you're talking about like an MP3, for example, in YouTube you're listening to the equivalent of 250 kbps MP3, 253. When you're listening on Facebook, you're only listening at about 196. And then when you're listening to other places, like when I do sessions, it's only 160. And there's a lot of difference between this different bit rates and for audio, because what happens is all of these signals get compressed, you see. Explain a technical story to you guys. It's also important to know what's happening. All of the signals become compressed and squeezed, and so the very fine details in the audio are taken away because some computer calculation has gone on what the human ear can actually hear. So they eliminate the frequencies and things that they think the human ear cannot hear or cannot differentiate. and then they eliminate a lot of information and then feed you the remainder of that information, tricking your ear into thinking that you're hearing the full information. It's like, when we watch a movie, in the old days in the cinema, the movie is all running at frames, right? So the movies would run at about 24 frames per second. But when we look at frame, we look at it and we still think it's continuous motion, yeah? So here we go back into medicine, persistence of retinal vision, so to speak. So the ears get the same thing. Surinder, hi. Okay, one of Willie Nelson numbers, sure. Coming up. Just trying to explain to you guys what is the audio that you're listening to. So there's a lot of information that is removed. It is removed so that the amount of bandwidth required to transmit the flow to you is reduced, so you can get a smooth flow. But actually, you're getting a smooth flow with a lot of loss of detail, right? Now, some of these services like YouTube, they got a very high budget. They can invest in really good equipment so they can process more detail. So they allow you to receive better detail. Yeah. So the audio you hear is clearer. You can already notice a similar analogy to watching TV. When you watch a program on Astro or one of these channels, if it's just standard definition, it's not so clear. If it's a HD program, it's much clearer because there's more detail in the pixels, and if it's a 4K thing, it's much clearer. So a similar thing occurs in audio, which is why I like to stream the good stuff in YouTube. People can actually listen to better audio, and if you do have good headphones, hey, listen to that. But of course, the person sending out the signal has also got to send out the signal in what do you call it, a decent quality. Then you hear it all. So anyway, that's a bit of a rambling story, but the point being, if you listen to music regularly, it's much better if you are listening to it on YouTube than on Facebook. Not only is it clearer, but because there is less squeezing going on in YouTube, the difference, they can allow you to hear a wider dynamic range of sounds. In other words, the difference between the softer sound and the louder sound is bigger. So the songs that you hear, the soft parts can become really soft and the loud parts can become really loud. But with a lot of the oldie songs that you're listening to and delicate songs, there will be that continuous fluctuation between soft and loud, right? And this is very good because your ears don't get strained then. Modern music nowadays is very highly compressed, where they want everything to come out loud so that people can hear it from far away. But if you listen to that with headphones or even with speakers at home, and you listen for too long, your ears are continually being bombarded with the maximum volume. Even when you turn the volume down because you think, hey, that's too loud, I'm turning the volume down. But at whatever volume you're listening to, it's always going at maximum that. So your ears will get fatigued. Easily your ears will get fatigued. This is something that people don't discuss and people are not quite aware of, but it's very important. So it's better to listen on YouTube. And I'm trying to do that kind of a thing so that listeners don't get ear fatigue. Anyway, long grandmother story lah, A long grandmother story. It's much better to shut up and do a song. And here, Surrender, here for you. One of Willie Nelson's songs, yeah? Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I should have. And maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I could have. If I made you feel second best, girl, I'm sorry I was blind. You're always on my mind. You're always on my mind. Maybe I hadn't told you all those lonely, lonely nights. I guess I never told you I'm so happy that you're mine. Little things I should have said and done, I just never took the time. You're always on my mind. You're always on my mind. Tell me your sweet love hasn't died. Give me one more chance to keep you satisfied. Keep you satisfied. Hey, Road King, hi. Good to see you. Little things I should have said and done, I just never took the time. You're always on my mind. 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 You're welcome, Sarita. Hope you like that one, yeah? Abel. To use the term havoc, yeah, is an understatement. It's an understatement, by God, we got, or not we got, I got into so much of trouble because of these guys, And these guys got into a little bit of trouble because of me, but little bit, And this Kairuddin, he looks like a really nice, harmless fellow, decent bloke, right? But that the color scheme of his dressing should already give clue, Wouldn't be unusual to see him dressed in green shoes and yellow shirt and a crazy red tie with purple pants or different combination or whatever, and then we were, by God, having said which, we worked in BM Hospital, which was already a very, very crazy hospital in those days, yeah. This is like the 80s, the later 80s, the mid 80s or so. It was really, really crowded, and a bunch of us were, in working in the casualty and outpatient department. And they already want to throw away all the troublemakers into outpatient and casualty because, no unit won't want to have crazy guys like this. But we were all right, we were all right. It used to be so crowded that they had all these tiny little rooms, for the OPD, and I remember one particular incident where, this Kyroden fellow, he got me into so much of trouble. Kyroden, your fault, yeah. Remember that aircon thing, yeah? It was a very, very, very crowded day, crowded OPD, and we had a small, tiny room, and in that one desk, two MOs had to share the desk and see patients because there were just so many patients and not enough rooms, And so the nurses would be calling in patients, and we had like about 2 or 3 minutes to see one patient, and if it's a more complicated thing, you spend a bit more time. And the air conditioning in the room, was kaput on that day. There was no air conditioning. So we were sweltering in the heat, we were sweltering in the heat. I think I might have been on a casualty call as well. So I came into the room, I was sitting down, I wasn't wearing a tie, and bloody hell, I wasn't wearing a name tag. You know the bloody era when they had to say, you got to wear a road tag, a name tag. And so we were sweltering in the heat, seeing patients, and the aircon wasn't functioning. The room door, had to be shut because outside it was noisy. So really, really, really stressful thing. And suddenly the the room door opens, and this guy walks in, quite well dressed, wearing a tie and stuff like that, And Kyroden looks at him and says, "Yeah, that's it." And he points to the aircon. And then, so the guy who came in and said, "What?" Then Kyroden said, "Yeah, you must be the aircon repairman. That's the aircon that needs repair." And then more people came into the room, and there was the pengara of the hospital or whatever, and whatever. And it turns out that this guy who's coming in is the state deputy pengara or something. He said, "I'm not an aircon repairman. I came here I'm the pengara," or whatever he gave his title. So Kyroden looked at him and said, "Oh, hello." I had my back turned to the door. So then I turned around. And then that guy looks at me and asks me, "Who are you?" So I told him, I'm Ragbir. He said, "Oh, what are you here, I said, "I'm just an MO here." Then he said, "Where's your name tag?" He asked me, "Where's your tie?" I said, "It's really hot. We are struggling with the heat here." And those days I had a turban and all that in the hospital, yeah. And I said, struggling with the heat, and I'm also doing casualty work, and we just had, some injury cases. So, the tie would, if you bend down, you do an injury case, your tie is going to mix up with the blood. Well, that guy, oh no, he was a bureaucrat out and out, and he says, "Where's your name tag?" I said, "Oh yeah, don't have the name tag here." So then he said, "If you don't have your name tag," he said, "You don't have your name tag, how do I know what to call you? How will the patients know what to call you, Then I said, "The patients are not stupid, Unlike some administrators," I told him, he looked at me in shock. I said, "They look at the turban and they'll know I'm a Singh, they'll call me Dr. Singh." And he looked there, He said, "No, you need to have your name tag." And Kyroden, bloody hell, Batu Api, Flintstone, looked at the guy and said, "Look, you got a tie, you got your name tag, but I still thought you were an aircon repairman." That guy's face turned red, he turned around, he walked out of the room, and both of us, we were like, "Hey, what did we just do?" And the patients who were there started laughing, and the nurse started laughing. Of course, I got an official reprimand letter, but I just put it along with all the other official reprimand letters I was getting and collecting, And these guys, Kyroden and all that, they're all right, they had long services and all that. But I had to leave government service because, I had stacks of reprimand letters. Yeah, you Kyroden, you still owe me for that one. Yeah, bloody hell, got me into so much of trouble. Because of that, I had to focus on my music career, you see. Road King, hi. Sorry, the YouTube session here sometimes gets a bit crazy because I've got so many old friends, who come in for this thing here. So it's more like some stories here and there, you know. Uh, yeah, cool. Hey Prem, yeah, we led fairly colorful lives, and I think that was one of the best periods of my service life. Yeah, I do believe we worked hard. We worked really hard, but boy did we play hard as well. Yeah, all good. We can't say more. Yeah, Meredith can't say more. Yeah, well, now I think good, but in those days there were a lot of different, thoughts on the matter. So much of useless acrimony. But I think that carries forward till today in Malaysia. The bureaucrats preserve their own bureaucracy at the expense of what is actually proper for efficiency and for people. And I've never made a secret of the fact that I've got absolutely no respect for any of the bureaucrats, especially those running the health ministry. They never fail to disimpress me with what they are doing. And I even have some friends of mine who work at the good old MOH and stuff like that. No, I say you can talk about anything, but please leave all medical matters out of the equation, because I say you guys are all a bunch of useless blokes. Terrible. I'm that terrible, And I've got the stacks of official complaints against me. Hey, Road King, yeah, I was sort of like a nurse. I completely forget what I was, because you know me, I'm a bit crazy. So yeah. So anyway, let's get back into music, man. Let's get back into music. What was I going to do before I did? I was doing a Willie Nelson song, wasn't I? So if I've done a Willie Nelson song, then I suppose the next step would be to do another Willie Nelson song, yeah, just to calm myself down. In the twilight hour, I see her standing, blue eyes, crying in the rain. And when we kissed and said goodbye, yeah, Road King, the asylum, yep, that's a good place to be in. And I can get to do my originals there, yeah. I've still tried to sneak it in. I knew I'd never see her again. Love is like a dying ember, only memories remain. But through the ages, I remember blue eyes crying in the rain. One day we'll meet up yonder, and we'll stroll hand in hand again. In the land that knows no parting, blue eyes crying in the rain. And now my hair has turned to silver. All my life I've loved in vain, and I see a star shine in heaven, blue eyes crying in the rain. Blue eyes crying in the rain. Hey, too many slow songs recently. Dark and windy day, on a rich rested as you went along this way. When all at once somebody heard a red-eyed sleazy soul riding through the ragged sky, and up a mountain road. E-B-I-A, those riders in the sky. Their horns were black and shiny, and their hooves were made of steel. A brand was set on fire, and their hot breath you could feel. A golden feeling through him as they turned it through the sky. So the riders covered all, and he heard them mournful cry. Save your soul from riding on this range. But all at once somebody heard a red-eyed sleazy soul riding through the ragged sky. The mighty road. E-B-I-A, E-B-I-O. Those riders in the sky. And the sky. Hey. Then you actually want me to play the song, you know. It's another story. There's another crazy story behind that song. You know, if at all it is possible for some guy to be to have such bad luck that he gets into trouble at every opportunity there is for getting into trouble, it would be me. Seriously, student days, yeah, in UKM, student days, and for some reason they have some I don't know, some annual dinner or whatever, and I was in the student band, and so there we are, ready to perform for dinner for the guests, and it turns out that that was National Drug Rehabilitation Day or something like that, and the guest of honor was the Home Minister, who was in charge of the drug rehabilitation program. And he's sitting, at that VIP table, and we have the student band, and and so everybody is there, and they announce that, and now the student band is going to play some songs for your entertainment. And we were student band, yeah, what the heck, So first song that we play. And it was only when we were midway through the song that we realized, oh, bloody hell, we are singing cocaine, the Home Minister is there. And, drug rehab, that was time when if you had, 5-10 grams of cocaine with you, they'd hang you, Oh, well. If you want to get by, you got to take a ride on cocaine. If you want to get high, you got to hitch a ride on cocaine. She's alright, she's alright, she's alright. Cocaine. Cocaine. He's alright. Cocaine. Fortunately, though, we had a very quick acting dean, who told the Home Minister, they're singing about the negative effects of cocaine, and the Home Minister went, oh, good, Thank God they didn't make this like the official song of the Pemadam, as they called it in those days, drug rehabilitation, whatever, absolute total crap. Nobody ever got rehabilitated to any one of these programs. In BM, they had this huge big center, for the drug rehabilitation thing and stuff like that, and they'd make us do shifts to go in there and do whatever it is in there, and what you will find is that the drug addicts there are controlled like prisoners or whatever. They are not allowed even cigarettes, because apparently cigarettes smoking cigarettes leads to drug addiction or whatever it is in there. And what the wardens do is, if the prisoners do good deeds and like they wash the warden's car well, they polish his car and stuff like that, then they get a cigarette. It's a total fiasco, So Hey, Road King, I'm not sure if you're actually asking me to play the song Green, Green Grass of Home, or is there a song called Green Grass and High Tides Forever, which I'm unaware of. Uh, I don't know that, I don't know that one at all. Having said which, we've come down towards the end section of this stream. So I'll still play. I'll play a couple of songs. Yeah, I'll play about two more songs before finishing this off because it's been nice and I've been rambling. I've been rambling around. But perhaps we should end on a more more upbeat note rather than doing all this semi-mental songs, so to speak. You know. So how? Oh, I see. Outlaws. I wasn't aware that the Outlaws did Green Grass and High Tides Forever. I look it up. Yeah. I only knew that Ghost Riders in the Sky, and that's one of the songs that they did. But even that is originally, I think, by what Marty Robbins, isn't it? No, or something to that effect. So let's see. I'll do something a little bit up tempo to round up this thing here. Well, they call it the breeze. I can roll it down the road. Yes, they call me the breeze. I can roll it down the road. I ain't hiding from nobody. Yeah, Mr. Breeze. Yeah. All right. Okay. Road King Highway song Blackfoot. Wow, I haven't heard. It's not in my repertoire. But I do sort of like recall that song. A great song, but I'm not sure if I can sing these type of songs. I'll go look it up. I'll go look it up. See, maybe I can put it into my repertoire. It's a wonderful song. And Wai Hong, similarly, the Scorpions. Yeah, I used to listen to them a lot. A lot. Yeah, in those days it was like compulsory. But again, vocals. Again, vocals. A lot of these rock bands from the 70s, they used to have these soaring high vocals, and the musicians were all fantastic and really great, but the vocalists for these bands were like totally in a league of their own, and I can't do justice to any one of those songs, which is why you don't see me singing any of the high energy Deep Purple songs, or none of the Scorpions songs. I wish I could. I wish I could, because I could probably play the guitar fairly. I mean, like it's like after having never played the song for whatever period of time, but I could still do a bit of the guitaring. And then similar thing, Zeppelin, all that, the voices, man, the voices, the one song from Zeppelin that I used to do in those days was that song that, that it's already been overdone. It's the Hotel California of Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. And now, no way. I mean, in some places you play that song, people walk out. I know that I walk out when I hear people play the song was overdone. And all of the other songs I used to like, I can't sing. I can't sing. And that is the absolute truth of the matter. I look at a lot of performers, and they'll play all the songs that people request, but some of the songs are just completely not suitable for their style, you know what I mean? But they'll still play it, and I cringe. Why would you do that, I mean, if you cannot, just tell people, sorry, I cannot, and then maybe they'll appreciate the original artist even more. Like, oh, wow, that guy says he can't do that, So that original guy must be something special and fair, So anyway, that's that. Hey, Rob. Wow, Rob, you're in. Guys, some of these guys who are in here are my friends from Sessions Live, where I do some streaming, Good to see you. And this guy, socially distant from Canada, is Rob. And he plays in a two-piece format. He plays the guitar, and he's got a lady friend who plays the drums, and they play a lot of rock. They play a lot of rock, So, I used to tell you guys, hey, you should go out to Sessions and check out some of the things that people are doing there, because they are doing so many different kinds of things, yeah. And you get to see people from all over the world. Some are doing rock, some of them are doing folk songs, some of them are doing pop. And then my personal favorites are those who are doing songs in Spanish, in Portuguese, and in non-English languages. Because let's face it, guys, English is one of the most boring languages in the world when it comes to singing. It's just that we all speak it, so we sing it. But in terms of the actual, I don't know how to say, poetry of the words, It's not. It's just English is an efficient language for writing and for writing maybe technical journals and for indexes in dictionaries. Yeah, but what do you call it? I love that about sessions. I can get to see people do things. Right, Khairuddin. So it's okay. All cool. There. Yeah, Roxanne. Yep, another one song from the. In fact, I actually was at one stage trying to work out, to do a bit of Roxanne, and it's possible that I may be able to do it. But you see, you guys must understand, it's one thing to listen to a song and to be able to press a button and have the thing play on your CD player or click something and have it play on YouTube. It's a completely different thing to be able to perform the song. Unless I start using pieces of paper, just print out the lyric sheet and work out some basic chords and play the song. But that's not the real thing. But to really work on songs like the way that I try to play them, which is doing a lot of homework, and then when I perform, I just perform it out without looking at any sheets. To be able to do some of these good songs in that way, it might take me 6 months of hard work to just learn one song. Yeah, some of you guys already know that there are some songs that I say that, hey, I'm working on it. Like I told Prem, I'll be working on Portobello Bell. Still haven't played it, even though I worked out the chord structure for it 3 months ago. Still can't get into gear for it. When I was doing Georgia on my mind, it took me about a year to work out a chord progression that I was comfortable with. And then when I started performing it, it sounded horrible, seriously. And it took me another few months to work out a way in which I could deliver that song. Right? And then it came to something that I enjoyed doing. And I enjoyed doing it because, number one, I enjoyed the song. And I can remember the sheer hard work that went into learning that song. So, it's good for folks to suggest songs to me. And sometimes I go, oh yeah, I should get that thing in my repertoire. But from the time I decide to put a song into my repertoire till the time I actually have it in the repertoire, it might take me ages. Unless it's one of those silly pop songs, which I can say, hey, okay, just remind me and I'll do it next week, And when I say that, it's because I already know the song. I already know how I can deliver it, and it's not going to be too arty, in the presentation. So somewhere there, we are there. Cool. Well, Khairuddin, yeah, thanks, thanks for that. And so, what am I going to do? What I'm going to do is, well, the stream is over, so to speak. But hey, I'm going to play you one of my own songs. Why am I going to play you one of my own songs? Because, hey, why don't you guys learn how to listen to one of my songs, as opposed to me learning how to play one of the songs that you guys are listening to. So here's some homework for you guys. Listen to this. Just kidding, yeah. Just kidding. Road King, I think you like this one, yeah. This is. Whoops. is gonna shine. Yeah, Road King, not to worry. The tingling and all that stuff that I was having, it was because I was spending just too much of time working on the guitar. I was either streaming up to a total of 5 hours a day, and then I was working on some material, some songs, for many more hours in a day. So too many hours with the guitar heavily against the neck, and my neck in an abnormal position. So some problems with blood circulation and the nerves. So I just, couple of days I began to take things easy, and it's all cool. Hopefully. In the morning, the sun is gonna shine. Thanks, Bob. In the morning, the sun is gonna shine, and the moon will go away. Why? Must the moon go away? Hi, good day. Hi. Welcome in. Unfortunately, this is my closing song for the night. It's been, it's been more than an hour and a half with the schedule for. Hope to see you in my next stream. I'm here every Wednesday in this YouTube thing, and then every Friday I'm on in my Facebook channel as well. Start at 9 till 10:30. Good night, Johnny. Good night. Thank you very much for being in here. Yeah. guys. Thanks for being with me, and we'll see you again next Wednesday. Yeah, same time, same place. Have a great week ahead. Yeah, be good. Don't be naughty like me. Yeah. All right. Cheers. Bye. Good night.